talk about Dave crying.
Yeah, man. It was.
We're gonna see Dave this week at when we go to Austin. So I'm gonna go do Rogan in Austin, and him and Dave have a show this week at Austin. They're doing these like outdoor shows where they like COVID test everybody and shit like that. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get to talk to him there, and I'll just ask him about it.
Yeah.
But it was just
I'm curious
like,
to know your thoughts.
I think I don't know. Like I was just kind of like turned off by when I was watching it, and I'm like, why am I turned off watching you do this? We're talking about Unforgiven, which is the latest thing he put off, and I think it was just like it was Scottie Pippen behavior for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like complain about the contract that you negotiated, you signed is very Scottie Pippen. Like that's not GOAT behavior. Like Michael Jordan didn't do that. Michael Jordan, I think, at point of his career was making $1 million more than Scottie, right? And he cashed in later in his career based on all the success that he built within those contracts that he signed and then lived up to. And like, I don't know. I was kind of just turned off.
I think Dave is the greatest. I think
Patrice is the greatest. That's my GOAT. But Dave is unbelievable, man. Yeah, unreal. I think he's the greatest public speaker that I've ever seen.
And we might have discussed this privately, but like the way he tells a story is fucking amazing. The fucking 3-card Monty story was so good, so powerful as a storyteller. But you negotiated a shitty contract, and then you kind of misrepresented the circumstances under which you signed the contract. I signed that contract the way a 27-year-old with a kid. You weren't a 27-year-old with a kid. You were a 27-year-old who had been in A-list movies, who had an HBO special. This contract was that much more complicated than You've Got Mail.
Did he have a good agent at the time?
I mean, he was in You've Got Mail with fucking Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. You're not getting that with some bum-ass middle-tier boutique agency. Yeah. He's with the big dogs. They're working this out. And it's not like you might say, I signed a bad deal because they were all in on it, but don't put it on, I was just a 27-year-old wet behind the ears. You were successful for a decade, and we have not been kind to other people who signed bad contracts and complain about them. For me, I got it. Personally, I had to keep that same energy.
You know
Don't do that.
That is the thing. It's just like, I think that we naturally kind of reject fraudulence.
Yes.
So it's like we're watching them and we're like, I see you want to get your money for these seasons for that contract that you signed where you shouldn't have.
Yep.
But the way you're going about it is just kind of corny.
Yeah.
But all right, do you? You're trying to get the people to bully the network so that you can get a piece of that money. You want to get your money, That's fine. But I'm not going to play along with the masquerade.
I see you.
Yeah, like
it's a brilliant negotiation tactic.
I don't have a relationship with Chappelle like that, but if I had known him from back in the day, like if I'm Donnell or something like that, and he came off stage, you'd just be like,
really?
Oh, is that how it went down?
I'll hit him with one of these. That was Oscar-worthy, my guy.
That's the thing. Oscar-worthy. I like the move. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a great negotiation
You do
move.
a deal you don't like, and then you get the leverage later on. And you go, yeah, let me patch up those old mistakes I made.
Boom.
Let me fix the thing I did in the past.
It's the only way he could get it back is to get the people to get upset and then get him to get
now,
then be like, I don't want the PR hit.
The style of it is annoying, like whining about it, all that shit. I also think the people that like cry for millionaires are idiots.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like the people in the comments being like if there's a win for Dave, there's a win for us. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like the people like on Dave's side for that, I'm like, all right, whatever.
I'll speak from it. Can I speak from it from the producer side to the talents that you guys are?
Speak from it from the Jew side.
From the Jewish side.
You tricked them into signing the contract.
So let me tell you about it. The deal that he signed, I believe, because he had good agents, was a standard deal that they give to different talents. None of those buyers knew it would become the Chappelle Show. So you can't think, the talent wants to think that they made that decision in a vacuum just for Chappelle. But what they're doing as a network is making decisions for their entire slate of projects for maybe 10 different comedy shows. Yeah. And the way that they make money is that they lose because they took a risk on 6 of those shows.
Right.
And then the Chappelle Show is supposed to make up for those 6 losses. And then they have a couple wins somewhere in the middle. So that's
you also don't have the benefit of hindsight to know it's a win or a loss.
That's another thing. It's like, up to that point, he had not had anything that was wildly successful on a financial front. Like maybe not How High, what is it called?
Half-Baked.
Half-Baked. I think that was successful amongst like us and like college kids thought it was really funny, but in terms of making money, it wasn't a financial success yet. Maybe it did later in DVDs or something.
Even if it was successful, which I would think it was.
Initially it wasn't.
Okay, but he hated it.
Regardless. Mm-hmm. But like, I guess the point is, there's no standard for how you're going to do. Like now, for example, when Dave Chappelle does a deal with Netflix, he could say, yo, I want 100 million. And then Netflix goes, well, shit, you're Dave Chappelle. Like whenever you put anything out, the entire world watches it. So you're worth 100 million.
Proof of concept.
Exactly. But so I think you made a good point. I like, get your money, fix the bad deal, but don't.
We see you.
You're not going to act like I don't see what the fuck is going on over here. Like you've been in the business your whole life. You know how the business works. You know what I mean? You're like, the business broke me. What was he saying?
I took exception to this when he was like, Muslim, I didn't drink or smoke until you guys got me to drink or smoke. Do not put your failure of your God on someone else ever. To me, it's like, bro, Mark, there's nothing I could do that would make you do anything that's outside of your faith. It's just not going to happen. And if I did, you wouldn't put it on me. Yeah. And, the stress of a show. No. You guys will never get me to drink. You're just not gonna. It's not gonna happen. Right. That's me and God. And if it does, I'm not gonna be like, you guys, I failed God because of you. Don't do that shit. And he got Muslims in his corner. Yeah. They should keep it a buck with him and be like, don't bullshit everybody in the room, including yourself. That's you.
We gotta get Akaash drunk.
Chappelle got some magical power, man. Nah, we all gotta get. We got him to smoke.
See, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna trick you into drinking, bro.
I'm more into drinking than smoking.
And eating a burger, bro. I'm gonna get you to eat a burger.
I used to eat beef, but once I stopped, I stopped.
Wow. Get your money, Dave. All right, guys, we're gonna take a break for a second so you could satisfy the woman of your dreams. Simple as that. You gotta satisfy the woman of your dreams, or the woman of the night, or ladies, the man of the night, or the man of your dreams. The reality is, y'all should be satisfied, and there's one way to do it. You gotta BlueChew it. The BlueChew. Okay, same active ingredients that are inside Cialis or Viagra, only this is the chew, and this is what the Flagrant boys use, okay? We will not play around out here. We are out here serving up dick the way it should be served, and that's hard, and that's ideally not fast, but it doesn't matter. BlueChew.com, you make sure you use that promo code Flagrant. You're going to get delivered right for your door for free. All you need to do is pay $5 shipping, and you're going to get the best dick of your life. Ladies, fellas, you're going to deliver up the best dick of your life. You're going to serve that dick up as you should. I don't know why I'm raising my voice and speaking almost in a whisper, but I'm so excited by this chew that you got to get there and you got to do it. So BlueChew.com, make sure you use that promo code Flagrant. Now let's get back to the show. What's up, Al? Get your money, Dave.
Dave has a magical power of some sort because, like, I was probably doing shit while just watching it in the background, and I fell for all that shit. I fell for all that shit. Like, I'm hearing you guys now, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, it makes so much sense. But then when I was watching him, I'm like, damn, they really fucking him over on his scene. Like, this art that he created, and he can't even get it back and shit. Yo, and then I think I posted to my story, like, boycott Dave Chappelle show or some shit like that. Yeah. And thanks for calling me stupid.
My favorite part is, like, he's there complaining about how, like, Comedy Central, like, took everything from him, and it's like, that show gave you everything. Like, low key, and again, go get your money, do whatever you want, right? But, like, everything that he got was after that show popped off, that he earned himself by making that show absolutely amazing, being talented as fuck. But I'm sure there's, like, a little part of you that's probably like, hey, man, thanks for that opportunity. That's pretty cool. Like,
to your point.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not looking back at MTV going, and this very different. Of course, Dave went to superstardom after Comedy Central. I did okay with MTV, but I'm still grateful for the opportunity. I don't know.
To your point, I was a huge Dave Chappelle fan from Killing Them Softly. Went to see him in Dallas at the Majestic Theater. Like, the second week Chappelle show was on the air. Mm-hmm. He just happened to be in Dallas months in advance, bought tickets. Theater is half empty at least. 2 years later, you could scalp that same ticket for thousands of dollars.
Get your money, Dave.
And it's from a Comedy Central contract that did fuck him. But to your point, that led to...
But did it fuck him if he ends up becoming the most successful comedian in the world and the greatest comedian in history to most people? Did it really fuck you?
Yeah, at this point I can argue with you. We're splitting hairs.
Did it fuck you?
We're splitting hairs.
That could happen though.
Fuck me then. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That kind of fucking seems good.
But like all those Motown artists that like sign these terrible deals, become famous and lose all their money. It's like, they got famous and like they got some money, but they kind of got fucked at the same time.
Yeah. I just think artists should have the ability to buy back their art.
Say what?
I just think like somebody who creates something should have the ability to own it.
I think that in a vacuum, that makes absolute sense. And as creatives, I'm going to side with you 100%. if I'm not the creative, if I'm the bank, you know what I mean? And the bank is like, hold up. So I
take all the risk.
I'm going to take all the risk here. And then when the shit becomes profitable, I got to give you the opportunity to buy it back.
No,
That's
but
crazy.
but charge them for it. Like, be like, okay, this is what I think I would have made if I kept it. Are you willing to pay that?
Ooh.
That's what I'm saying. So give me.
Who finds that price?
That's
though?
what I was going to say.
tricky
I
too,
guarantee
right?
you their valuation will be super high.
That's
if you're Chappelle, you're probably going to be like, I feel like it's worth this much. I'll pay you this much, and he's gonna be like, oh, they're trying to charge me, 9 figures. It's extortion.
But he's genius though, because what he's doing is maybe that's his plan, and what he's doing is driving down the price for the show.
Because nobody streams it.
Right? Because if he's like, yo, nobody watch my shit, and then he goes, yo, can I buy back the rights? Everybody, Comedy Central's got to be like, well, shit, we can't sell it to nobody. Might as well sell it to him if he's the only one available, and then he can go flip it on the backside. So
That's
get
smart.
your money, Dave.
That's a
Get
smart
your
move.
money. Just don't expect us to believe that shit.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
You
It just-
actually-
for me, I hold him maybe up to too high esteem. Maybe that's the thing. You know what I mean? So when I see the Scottie Pippen behavior, I'm just like, we not crying, are we, man? We're not going to cry.
Well, this is the first time comics outside of us, I've ever gotten like a critical text about Dave. I had a group thread of comics being like, yo, I'm
They be
tired of
saying
this
that in
crying
a text.
shit.
They be saying that in a text, and then they coming on the pod
Yep.
like, oh my God.
Hashtag boycott Chappelle.
Yeah, they posting it all over shit.
I don't disagree with you.
Yo,
All
it's
I'm
bad
saying-
funny to see all these like, sorry to come, but like all like the rappers, they got labels and shit like boycott Chappelle show. It's like, you got artists that need some masters bought too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got some deals signed that you might want to, look back on.
Yo, you're not wrong, but you brought up a good point to me off pod, which was like, this is actually the best way, Chappelle show, for young kids to find out about Chappelle.
Yeah.
Like he put together one of the greatest shows,
Greatest sketch show in history.
greatest
Without
sketch show in
doubt.
history, one of the greatest comedy shows of all time, probably. If you
Yeah.
rank like the top 100, it's probably there. 2 seasons of brilliance.
Yeah.
If you're a young kid that's too young to remember 2001, which is a lot of kids, you're going to look at this and be like, oh, this is why Dave is Dave. And that's how I remember what you said to me, and I was like, that's a good fucking point. You could see, he could expose an entire generation to kids of like, yo, this is why motherfuckers listen to me do a special at the Comedy Store and tell a 30-minute story about Iceberg Slim. This is
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
And to be honest, that was even more poetic than the Bird Revelation one or whatever, the Comedy Store, Iceberg Slim, even better than the 3-Card Monty story. He'll talk about the industry fucking you in the most poetic ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. You're so romanticized by it, and that's how he wins you over.
How much he get for the next Netflix deal?
I don't know.
Something crazy, like 50?
I think he got his 50 back. I think he's pretty strategic to your point.
Fuck me, bro. This industry's horrible. I mean, the $50 million was nice. But this industry will beat you down. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro.
And you get to get drunk? This ain't not fair at all.
We're not buying it, Dave. We're not buying it. But get your money, bro.
Yeah, we love you, but
get
we see
your money, bro. We boycotting too. What up, people? You just watched a clip from our weekly Patreon episode. You can support the Flagrancy. You can support this unapologetic, unfiltered, uncensored content that we drop weekly on our Patreon at patreon.com/flagrant2. You want to go join? You should, because it's the top 10 Patreon in the fucking world. That's right, for good reason. Go check out why at patreon.com/flagrant2. All right, peace.